Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been another strange old day on the market. So, without further ado, welcome back to Day Trade with Tony. Today is Thursday, the 13th of April. We're kind of halfway through the month. Where's this year going? I don't know. We've had a good day today. It was a difficult day's trading to start off. It started off really well. Got $8,000-9,000 up pre-market. Then at the open, gave that back. It ended up $6,000 down. Then managed to claw that back to kind of $200 down. I was like $2,000 down, but I made $2,000 on CXAI, which is CXAI, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And then I was able to get a inverse head and shoulders breakout. Quite a bit of consolidation, quite a bit of patience required. I was able to get an inverse head and shoulders breakout and a good $5 move, which was fantastic because that not only did that cover the one stage, I think it was $9,000 down. So going from $9,000 up to $9,000 down and coming back and finishing 18,000 up is the measure of a good day. Could have been so much better. One stock moved today, and I only traded it a little bit. Once I got to 18,000, I kind of walked away. But after I'd walked away, this just kept on going. So this was CXAI, so CXApp. I traded GFAI. That's where I made most of my money. But CXAI moved up 500% on the day. This was a sub $2 stock at close of business yesterday. Moved up overnight. I still can't see what catalyst or what reason it's moved up. So I'm a little bit wary of that. And if it does continue to move up, I will be a little bit wary of potentially trading it for any kind of flush or whatever the scenario may be. But yeah, I mean, CXApp was a huge mover on the day. So let's. Why am I even talking to you when I can actually show you? So I traded this about 10:30, 10:40, and made $2,000 on it. This is where I traded it. So this is the 5-minute chart, so you can see the whole day. But this was pre-market, not a lot of volume, but pre-market it moved up after hours yesterday, and then kind of held gains into the today. Then it started to make its move up. We've got this kind of head and shoulders pattern here, but it went the opposite direction than expected at the open. So we had a gap up and a gap and go. It moved up at the open, then it consolidated for a little while before it then moved up again. When it started to break highs here, that's when I was able to trade it, get in and take some profits on the way up. I managed to get $2,000 out of that. Didn't trade it for the rest of the day, but you can see it moved up before kind of pulling back and then consolidating for the best part, like 2 or 3 hours. But later in the day, this just, it just didn't want to stop. So it went up, it broke $5, then it broke $6, had a bit of a pullback. Then it broke $7, $8, all the way up, scores up to $9.79 on the day. So huge move across the course of the day, particularly the back end of the day. It's a micro float, tiny float. It's done 161 million shares traded today, and it's not even 500,000 shares in the float. So just think about how many times that float's had to be recycled to achieve that. Either that, or there's a huge amount of synthetic shares out there, artificial shares that are being traded, and just huge amounts. Now, if I was finished trading with Guard Force, and I just went away and I thought it's been a hard day's slog. I was up like yesterday. I was up, I was down, I was up again. I thought, okay, I'm not giving back anything, so I'm just lock the montage and walk away. My motto, if you haven't, whether I live by it or not is debatable, but my motto is get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. Now, I didn't do any of that. So I got to green, I got to goal, I didn't stay green, and I didn't get out when I was at goal. So the second time I was over goal, I made sure that that I was staying there. So I'll show you some of the trades that happened today. But yeah, that's essentially where we are right now. So that was CXAI. Let's just go back to that and have a look at Guard Force as well. So Guard Force, you can see that I traded this quite a bit pre-market. This is what I've traded here pre-market. As this broke the yesterday, it was actually down overnight, but as it broke yesterday's closing price, I was able to get in and ride this all the way up. And that was a good, what, $7 move, almost $8 move. Oh, I was, I think, $9,000 up on that, $8,000, $9,000 up. I had at one stage $8,000 realized, $8,000 unrealized. I was like $16,000 across the two, and then I ended up, for however managed to do it, giving it back. So you can see that the kind of the frustration. What particular happened is I got in up here, and then I was $7,000 up coming into the open. We had this move up at the open, so as it moved up, I got in and took a little bit of profit, but didn't get filled. And what I'll do is I'll show this on the 1 minute. You can actually see it a little bit clearer on the 1 minute. So what actually happened at the open? We had the move up in here for the break of 31, then the move up, and we were able to take profits, add and take profits, add and take profits, and that's pretty much where we finished up there. We took a dip buy here for a move back up, but that didn't work because we dipped buying at the support level, and then that didn't work. So we gave a little bit back. So instead of being the $9,000 up, we were actually $7,000 up coming into the open. We took a position here as it started. We got a move up at the bell, a little bit of a pullback. So it was a broken new highs. I got in, and it didn't go for me. So I held the positions. It pulled back, looking for the continuation for the move back up. We got the move back up, and I went to exit. Pressed my sell, put my sell order out there, and I had 2,500 shares. Put my sell order out there, and I got filled 100 shares. The liquidity just wasn't in there. So for whatever reason, it just skipped past me. It filled me 100 shares out of the 2,500 share order, and then pulled back. And I ended up holding this through too long of a consolidation before it flushed down. And I ended up getting a partial fill here as I tried to get out, and got out for the rest down here. So that put me, I think, about $6,000 down. I was $9,000 up to $6,000 down there, and so it's a frustrating day. If I kind of come back to where we are, we got another move up here, but then it started to make a move back down. So I'm kind of thinking that this here, as we get this move up here, we're getting another move. So I got back in and was able to ride this all the way up and take profits here. That left me I was about $200 in the red still. So that recovered most of the losses, because I made $2,000. I was $2,000 in the red on Guard Force. I was $2,000 up on. I'll show you exactly where that happened. So I got in here as this broke new highs on CXAI, and I was able to ride that up and get stopped out here. So that was the $2,000 that you see there. But then after that, this pulled back, and then we started to make another move up, got in, and I was able to take some profits here. I then gave that back. So then we kind of start looking at this consolidation. So if I zoom out, I drew this line here, this trend line. So it was, I actually drew it out. So I drew this trend line. I thought, okay, well, if we get green on the day, I'll look for either this trend line as my support or my stop loss, and if we get green, I'll look to move back up. So that's exactly what I did. So I entered here, and then just holding a position as we go through. My stop loss was this trend line. If it broke this trend line, I was getting out. and then just it moved up. I put a stop in place as this moved up. So I was able to just kind of relax and knowing full well that I had a profitable trade in the bag at this stage, and I scaled in, and then it just took off, and it went with some really good volume came in, and I was able to take profits here and then get stopped out up here. So that was huge. Now I called this out here. I was I'll show you that as well. That this looked distinctly like a head and shoulders. There's one shoulder, there's one head, and I thought, okay, this is going to pull back to about $30. I called it out. This is going to pull back to $30 and form that head and inverse head and shoulders. There's your shoulder, there's your head, and there's the other shoulder, and it did. I'm expecting this to pull back down to about $30. Looking at potentially a 5-minute head and shoulders. Although it didn't break the neckline until we got to here, $32. So once it did break $32, that was the ideal place to get in without any stress, would have been here. And up it went, and it went up huge amounts, reaching the high of day, not the pre-market highs, but the high of day. I was already out. I'd already got stopped out here. I was locked down. It did go higher, but I was already out. So that was me done for the day. And as you can see here, just after kind of lunch, we're getting head and shoulders there, which is a downwards pattern. So this was Guard Force AI. I locked my montage, I walked away from my trading desk, took the dog for a walk and had some dinner and what have you. But as you can see, CXAI continued up. This is when this CXAI just started to move. If I finished trading there, I could have got on this and rode this all the way up. But look, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm not going to complain. What I will do is tack on some of the trades that I've taken today, and you can watch those on the back of this, and we'll come back and do it again tomorrow. So what was a very choppy day to start off with, looked like it started off really well. It did start off really well, and then through poor trade management on my own fault, and even poor trade selection. If I'd gone with CX and just rolled that up, it would have been a lot less stressful, but probably wouldn't have made as much. Who knows? We don't know for sure. Maybe I would have done. Yeah, so better trade selection, better entry selection, better trade management, cutting my losses earlier, not holding on to losers, and I probably could have made a lot more money today. So it was, again, a yo-yo day for me, but a yo-yo day that finishes green and finishes well. So that's where I am right now. Let's take a look at what we actually did in terms of the statistics, shall we? So yet again, we've had a bit of a yo-yo day here. You can see the P&L curve for today. We were up almost $20,000 unrealized. We'd locked in kind of $8,000 first thing, and then we finished up there at kind of $8,000. We ended up giving all that back, going down kind of $6,000, just over $6,000 in the red, clawing that back. Then going again $9,000 in the red before going, getting out of jail and going green. So that's essentially the trades that I've taken today. And let's have a quick look at the reports. So detailed reports for this month. We're now up to 55. So today's 50, just 55 and a half. So today's big green day, and it was a choppy day, but a big green day has taken us on the average back over that 6,000 average that we're looking for the year. So we're now almost $7,000 average. So we're getting back to the levels that we need to be at. Today, my risk management wasn't exactly on point, and if I look at the win-loss expectation here in terms of the K ratio, risk management 1.6, 1.7 in terms of risk versus reward. That's not on point. It needs to be better. The only thing that's keeping me because 100% green again today, 100% green yesterday, and I think 3-1, 75% green on Tuesday. So the only thing that's giving me the level of profit that I'm having right now is the high trade selection, the high accuracy when it comes to trade selection. But if you can get, a lot of scalpers have this high accuracy, but very, very mediocre risk versus reward. And if you've got a good high accuracy and kind of a break even in terms of the risk reward, you're going to be profitable. If you've got a high risk versus reward of 2-1 or 3-1, and just a break even on your accuracy of 50-50, every other trade successful, you're going to be profitable. But it's about balancing that out. I like to kind of, I'm trying to get to a point where I've got good trade selection and I've also got good risk versus reward. At the moment, my risk reward is probably not where it needs to be. I'm holding on to positions a little bit longer. I see a momentum stock, and if it goes against me, I've started to hold on to positions a little bit longer than I should do. Why? I already know why. I've analysed the trades where that's been happening, and what's happened a couple of weeks ago, I was trading the banks, and I lost quite a bit of money to start off with. And the reason I lost them in that amount of money is I took a position and it went against me and I exited the position too early. And then it would reverse and turn around and go higher. So psychologically speaking, I've been holding on to that. And for whatever reason, I've been looking at that myself and just seeing, for whatever reason, if I hold on to it a bit longer, it's going to go my way. It did then, and it has been doing, to be fair, but I'm risking kind of the opposite ratio. So I might be risking 6,000 to make 3. I might be risking 10,000 to make 5. I might be risking 1,000 to make 500. And that's not good risk management. So I kind of need to tweak that a little bit. And this is the good thing about reviewing your trades and reviewing your trading on a daily basis is, okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What can I improve on? And that's certainly what I'm looking at improving on. So every day is a school day. Every day you can look to tweak and look to improve. You can add skills to your bow. And hopefully your trading will improve incrementally over time. I'm in a very good place at the moment. The fact that I know that I'm not trading optimally and I'm still profitable is, I dare say there's an element of luck involved in that, but I would say that me being stubborn as well is because, for example, on Tuesday when I had a red day, I should have walked away $18,000 in the red, and I ended up just shy of $6,000 in the red. Today, we've recovered that drawdown. We recovered most of it yesterday, but we've certainly recovered it today. We're at all-time highs now for the month, for the year. And I'm kind of getting a little bit stubborn in not wanting to quit, not walking away. Now, I have been streaming, the live streaming a little bit longer. I've been live streaming throughout the day. So sat here at my desk and not trading, being disciplined enough not to take a trade is difficult for me. It really is, and that's an emotion that most traders will go through. So you'll see something moving, and if you're not trading, it doesn't matter if you're up on the day, it doesn't matter if you're over goal, you still get that urge to get in and trade. It's almost like an addiction. So I need to kind of wind back a little bit and be a little bit more disciplined on what I am trading, and certainly be a bit more disciplined on sticking to the trade plan. So tomorrow, I might start a little bit smaller tomorrow and just go into kind of trade of rehab, if you will, and go back to basics. We're ahead of the game on the month. We're ahead of the game on the year. I can afford to go back to basics and just hone in and get back to trading, disciplined trading the way I should be. And ultimately, that will reap benefits going forward. So let's look at what we can do tomorrow in terms of trading a little bit smaller, a little less aggressive, but a little bit more disciplined. That's what I'll do tomorrow. So in the meantime, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. I've quite a lot of trades here, long trades to show here. So I'll do some cheeky editing in terms of speeding up or editing the boring bits, and then you enjoy the trade replay. If you want to see it in real time, you can go back and see the recordings of it that was recorded earlier. But here's the abridged version. In the meantime, have a good evening. Morning, Captain. Morning, GC. Afternoon, rather. Hey, Robbie. Hey, David. It'd be a lot better if this, I'm just adding to the position up at the top and it's doubled up at the top. $32.87, so it's doubled up at 34.30, so kind of looking for this to go back over 34. Guard force, we had it to, it broke over, went profitable, went over yesterday's closing price, and then had to make it move up, so 34.50 on the bid is what I'm looking for. Hey Gilbert, Spears. Hey Cashflow. Mental. Absolute man. Can we get over 35 with this? Yep. Yes, we can. This is going absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. This is looking nice. This is looking very nice. $35. In fact, first candle make the new low now. I'm just going to get out. Morning, J Spec. It's not bad for the first trade of the day, is it? Morning, Carly. Averaging like 2,500 shares, so want to hold 37. The spreads are like 75 cents now. I'll see this move back up here. Needs to hold 37. Can we get 40 today? That's the question. Can we get 40? Yeah, 40 is definitely possible. It's just I'm finding a bit of support here at 37, so I'm kind of watching for a break underneath that, and then I'm gone. Take my money and run. Well, we'll see when the open comes, won't we? In a little under an hour. We got a little spike on the SPY with the jobless data and the PPI data, but not a huge amount. Get 39. I'm going to take half off and then just let the rest ride. I'll take half of that off. Reduce that exposure. Always add back if it moves back up. I gave it an extra $1. It didn't turn around, so would have been 16k up now if I'd taken up at the top. Still time, yeah. Ready for my cup of tea, I'll tell you. I didn't expect this to move as quickly as it did this morning, that's for sure. I thought I might get maybe 500, maybe 1,000 on it or something. Wow. Not going to scale in until I'm back over the highs. If it gets back up to 39, I might add, but not scaling back in until we get a new high on the 5 minute. I'll take that. I'll take that for now. That's a great start to the day. Welcome to Day Trade with Tony, guys. The channel that's full of drama. Revenge trading, which is why I've not taken a trade up until now, because I've just not been at the right frame of mind. I've calmed down now, so I can actually be a bit more rational in my thought process. But revenge trading's not good. Okay, so that's first bit locked in. First bit of profit as we broke new highs. Now I can put a trailing stop in place. Yeah, if you're on the PDT rule, that's fine. I want to see this continue to move up. I'm not confident with it before I start scaling back in. $75. Okay. It does have a potential gap to fill from last month, but we'll see. I'm going to let this ride for a little bit now, over $4. A little bit of a coffee night. 20-cent stop in place there. I'm just going to rid of that. I have 36. 436 is the height. Into the $half here. $20 trailing stop there. Let's see if it breaks the $half for us. I've got 10,000 shares now. I've got an average true range of 14 cents, so the 20 cents should more than cover the range. If it does pull back, then I can either get out and exit. Yeah, we've got a couple of highs here from the 15th and 16th of March. So the high on the 15th was 560 and 551 on the 16th. So I'm looking at 550 is a very key level. This is pulling back a little bit now. Probably get stopped out on this one. Yeah, that's fine. Hungry. completely filled.